Mike here now, and not a short, but the continuation of a video of the Bible, one chapter at a time, right to the end. Now I'm in Genesis 19, comment as I go. Sodom and Gomorrah's destruction. The two angels, messengers in the form of a man, arrived at Sodom in the evening, and Lot was sitting in the gate of the city. Now, it doesn't say what actual beings they were, other than they came in human form. Could have been usually seraphim or cherubim or who else. It talks about the 24 elders. Anyhow, Revelation, different beings. So who knows? Either way, these angels, messengers, came in human form. When he saw them, when Lot saw the two messengers, angels, he got up to meet them and bowed down with his face to the ground. My lords, masters. Well, he called them lords, masters. Well, they're over him now, but we shall judge angels to be over them. Anyhow, my lords, he said, please, because there's two of them, turn aside to your servant's house. You can wash your feet and spend the night, and then go on your way early in the morning. No, they answered, we will spend the night in the square. But he insisted so strongly that they did not go with him, that they go with him and entered his house. He insisted so strongly that they did go with him and entered his house. He prepared a meal for them, bacon, bread, and yeast, and they ate before they had gone to bed. All the men from every part of the city of Sodom, both young and old, Sodomites. That's where you get it from. They wanted to sodomize. That's why they came. That's how bad it was. Take them out of the house because they heard there was visitors there. Both young and old surrounded the house, Lot's house. They called to Lot, where are the men, who came to you tonight? Bring them out to us so that we can have sex with them. Lot went outside to meet them and shut the door behind him and said, no, my friends, don't do this wicked thing. Look, I have two daughters. I don't know why I did that. That's wrong too. Anyhow, I have two daughters who have never slept with a man, virgins. Let me bring them out to you, and you can do what you would like with them, but don't do anything to these men, for they have come under the protection of my roof. Get out of the way, they replied. And they said, this fellow came here as an alien. The people said that to Lot. And now he wants to play judge, talking about Lot, because he's just started to live there. We'll treat you worse than them, the people said to Lot. They kept bringing pressure on Lot and moved forward to break down the door. But the men inside reached out and pulled Lot back into the house, the two angels in human form, two messengers, and shut the door. Then the two angels, messengers in human form, they struck the men who were at the door of the house, young and old, with blindness, so that they could not find the door. The two men said to Lot, the angels, messengers, do you have anyone else here, sons-in-laws, sons or daughters, or anyone else in this city who belongs to you? Get them out here. My light is flickering. Because we are going to destroy this place. The outcry to the Lord against its people is so great that he has sent us to destroy it. So Lot went out and spoke to his sons-in-laws who were pledged to marry his daughter. He said, hurry and get out of this place, because the Lord is about to destroy the city. But his sons-in-laws thought he was joking. With the coming of dawn, the angels urged Lot, saying, hurry, take your wife and your two daughters who are here, or you will be swept away when the city is punished. To my memory, the son-in-laws that didn't come, they think it was joking, because that's when later you'll see Lot was made drunk by his daughters and had sexual relations with them, and he conceived their children. Yeah. Verse 16, when he hesitated, the men grasped his hand, Lot, and his hands of his wife and his two daughters, and they led them safely out of the city, for the Lord was merciful to them. As soon as they had brought them out, one of them said, flee for your lives. One of the angels' messengers, don't look back and don't stop anywhere in the plain, or else they turned to a pillar of salt. His wife did. And that's another reason why I would have said, anyhow, flee to the mountains, or you will be swept away. But Lot said to them, maybe that saying came from here, the high hills, the mountains flee. But Lot said to them, no, my lords, please, your servant has found favor in your eyes, and and you have shown great kindness to me and spared my life, but I can't flee to the mountains. Disaster will overtake me, and I will die. Look, here is a town near enough to run to, and it is small. Let me flee to it. It is very small, isn't it? Then my life will be spared. He said to him, very well, the messengers to him, I will grant this request too. I will not overthrow the town you speak of, but flee there quickly, because I cannot do anything until you reach it. Parentheses, that is why the town was called Zorah. Let me see here. Zorah means small. It was a small town. It says in the description. But anyway, 23. By the time Lot reached Zorah, the sun had risen over the land. Then the Lord rained down burning sulfur on Sodom and Gomorrah from the Lord out of the heavens. Thus he overthrew those cities, Sodom and Gomorrah, and the entire plain, included all those living in the cities, and also the vegetation in the land. But Lot's wife looked back, and she became a pillar of salt. Early the next morning, Abraham got up and returned to the place where he had stood before the Lord. He looked down towards Sodom and Gomorrah, toward all the land of the plain, and he saw dense smoke rising from the land like smoke from a furnace. So when God destroyed the cities of the plain, Sodom and Gomorrah, he remembered Abraham, and he brought Lot out of the catastrophe that overthrew the cities where Lot lived, Sodom and Gomorrah. Lot and his 2 daughters left Zor and settled in the mountains, for he was afraid to stay in Zor. He and his daughters, I guess he left afterwards or went there as the messengers recommended. He and his 2 daughters lived in a cave. One day, here it is, the story I just said earlier. One day the older daughter schemed, said to the younger, our father is old and there is no man around. Yeah, crazy stories. Truth is stranger than fiction, someone said. There's no man around here to lie with or have sexual relations, as is the custom all over the earth. Let's get our father to drink wine and then lie with him and preserve our family line through our father. That night they got their father to drink wine, and the older daughter went in and lay with him. He was not aware of it when she lay down or when she got up. The next day the older daughter said to the younger, last night I lay with my father. Let's get him to drink wine again tonight, and you go in and lie with him so we can preserve our family line through our father. So they got their father to drink wine that night also, and the younger daughter went and lay with him again. He was not aware of it when she lay down or when she got up. So both of the Lot's daughters became pregnant by their father. The older daughter had a son, and she named his name Moab. He is the father of the Moabites of today. The younger daughter also had a son, and she named him Ben Ammai. He is the father of the Ammonites of today. That's the end of 19. Okay. So that's Genesis, the stories there of Genesis 19. Please watch half a minute and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.